Yo, what's up, y'all? As you can see, it is 1:37 in the morning. Just checking in, and I think, these moments are, for me, I get lost in creativity, and I think, it's okay to be lost. Sometimes, you want to have everything just set out and just kind of made for everything to just be laid out and just do things. But I think the biggest things is when, you lost in your creativity and, you don't necessarily know what steps to take. But you gotta be really patient. And, you gotta be just really hungry to make things happen. And, so me, I want to start getting back to vlogging. And there's definitely going to be a vlog coming up. Sometime maybe, if not this month, next month. But it's definitely going to be vlogging. I'm going to get back to the live sessions. And, get back to just being just more active on here. And, I think all of this stuff makes sense, man. All of this stuff, I just gotta be, straightforward and, just constantly creating content. I think it's so hard for me because it's like, you're constantly thinking about, how to go about things, constantly thinking about, because you don't necessarily, at least for me, like right now, I'm not getting too much feedback. I gotta, people that watch, I see people that watch, and you try and figure out like, okay, they watching, but but it's okay. I'm not tripping on anything. I'm not trying to be upset about things. It's just I gotta just keep pushing, keep putting out the content, keep putting out, just constantly want to grow and constantly want to just, I don't know, man. I don't want to get to the point where, I'm just defined by, I don't even want to say defined, but I don't want to get to the point where I just, I just feel hopeless. I don't want to get to that point, where, you put forth the effort, you putting forth the time, and, just for me, I'm just in a space now. I love what I'm doing. I'm loving what I'm creating, but it's just, the biggest thing is, I need to get, more just attention, to my content, to my artistry, and I put so much effort, man, with making songs. I just made a song today, I'm constantly making songs. I just don't have the time to go to the studio, and, I'm being just very, I'm being very cautious with my spending habits, and I'm trying to learn how to earn things and try and push things without having to necessarily just spend, I've done the whole trying to, get advertisements and all this, and it's like, there's not too many return on interest besides, people, more eyeballs on it, but, I just want to gain that, that that notoriety, and understanding what I'm pushing is genuine. It's just it's electrifying. It's new. It's refined, and it's different. That's the only thing that I'm trying to push with my music. With the way I'm moving, and all I can do is just put it out there for people to see, and just really be just really proactive about everything. I just get so lost in trying to do things because you're on your own. You've tried to manage your route. You tried so many routes where it's like, if you're not really pushing yourself, nobody else is gonna push you. You know what I mean? Like, that's why it's like I'm just doing the heavy load, the heavy lifting, and heavy just management of everything. And it's like, dang, this is tough. Like, I really believe that this is gonna be my only, like, really tough. Of course, when I reach different levels, it's gonna be higher expectations. But I can only I put so much expectation on myself that other people's expectations won't even matter. Because this is the hard part. This heavy lifting this off the ground. You know, I just think of just like when you have just a heavy, like in life, when you have like a heavy box like that you seen on the ground, that heavy load is hard to get up. That first, like, really trying to pick it up from the ground, that's the heaviest part, because once you're able to get your legs under, and once you really get that initial weight off that ground, once you start reaching and lifting up, like, it gets easier and easier. And I'm just at that foundation stage, that ground stage of getting this off the ground. I think the biggest thing, that I know I can only be hard on myself on is I started, my first single was in 2021. I don't got it on this page, but I got my first single on a different page, and it was in 2021. And that's when I started, but I was leaving just so much time in between. There wasn't every week there's something, because I didn't understand the rhythm. You gotta, one thing, being in this for almost, next year is gonna make 4 years. I'm in my fourth year, so I'm living through my fourth year right now. The past 3 years, it wasn't easy. It wasn't, you know, I can just like relate to my first year in 2021, because I kind of go by, the day my birthday hits. I wanted to be an artist, but I was only doing covers at that point. I didn't know how to make songs from the pick. I knew what verses were, I knew what hooks were, I knew all of the little, things about making a song, but I just couldn't put a song together because I wasn't a person that could find the words or create melodies that lead to something, or create the melodies to lead. You know what I mean? So it took me, having that studio set up in my house and just creating, that took up so much time of that first year, because it's like, from July all the way to October, I was just trying to figure out, my sound. I was so unsure about, if this song is good or will this attract people or anything like that. And, after that first single, and it came out, and, people were just like excited or whatever, I should have continued that, I should have continued that, but, I let the negative attention, I let the negative critics just like kind of pause me at points, and I should have just, from that point, just kept continuing. you live and you learn, but, I made music with my friends. That was my first time I collaborated with Scoop and Trav and, aka Trail, um, and, I learned from just hearing them, and how they move, what they, just, so I started building that foundation and, collabing with one of my homies, Johnny, Johnny Lately. We made music, and, I was just starting to learn just the ropes of everything, and then, leading closer into my second year, was this that second year? Yeah, second year, I tried to, try and have other people, or try and get a manager or whatever to kind of like manage or whatever. And even then, like, they only move as fast as you want them to. And especially if people aren't well versed in, the industry. So it's like, I don't want to say wasted time, I learned, as far as, working with people. And, I just thought that, okay, they can put me in better positions, but I had to want it, So the second year was just, third year, I went to LA and I was just in this, the dream world of just enjoying LA and, having that, that dream of like, I'm gonna just go in LA and somebody's gonna find me somewhere. It's just like, really to like, LA is a great place where, you can make opportunities happen. But if you don't got no like bread, you know what I mean? People ain't gonna work with you. People ain't gonna take time. And this third year, I had a person assisting me, which I learned a lot from, and it was a good experience. And throughout those, I guess, they wanted me to be something that I knew I wasn't. You know what I mean? And that's one thing about that I stand like firmly on is I don't want nobody to try and change my identity of who I'm trying to be. I have a vision of who I am. Now, is there things that that I can change, or is there things that I can improve on, or is there things that being a little bit more vulnerable with my content? Of course, but I'm not going to try and just do videos just for the sake of being in the algorithm. Like, no, like that's I'm going to do things that align with who I am and what I stand for, and at the same time just make a lot of quantity of those type of videos. And that's what I do with this. That's what I do with just being honest as artists and just showcasing, just giving my audience visuals, man. I really think back to like once I really like grow as an artist, like it's gonna be a lot of music, a lot of music that I'm gonna have to really like focus on it. And so like I just gotta find the right producers, man. And I got a cousin, that's really getting better with R&B beats and whatever. And I just gotta be patient with him. And I gotta work on beat. He gave me a few beats that I can work on. So I'm gonna start doing. But it's just like I just like listening to beats, on YouTube and just really just start just going from that point. I just love these YouTube beats where it's like I hear something and it just clicks with me. Sometimes, when some of these, producers, they send me beat packs, it's like, it just don't hit, it don't really hit, but, just gotta figure it out, man, and just like all artists, we get lost. We get lost, I'm on year 4 now, and, I'm only 3 months into year 4, and, it's been just very structured. Always doing something, like, I think because, it's such an important year for me, I'm just, it's just like I'm clutching the fourth quarter at this point, and, it's just got to get back to the basics, and just got just, thank God for, giving me the opportunity, giving me another shot at this, and just being grateful, for where I'm at right now. Because if you're not grateful now, you'll never be grateful. And so the biggest thing is just being appreciative of, still waking up and having that ability to go after it. I think the biggest thing now is just, and I'm being very vulnerable, it's just incorporate dance. I think that's my next step. I'm trying to think of like some sort of, series where, it's just strictly dancing, and, I want it to be just my music, but, that's how, like, the fly sessions, it's a visual, where it's like, at first it was more so lyrics, and, now it's just, kind of like forcing into, into like, just dancing and whatever, but, I want to get to just like, a sort of playlist where it's just strictly just dancing. I just want to get in just that sort of mindset where, I can do something that just, correlates with what I'm doing, because I think the biggest thing that I've been really mastering my sound, and, throughout that, I've been losing out what I think should be my lead, and that's dancing. I should be, dancing way more, I think the only thing is like, the only reason I'm just not just playing out freestyle dancing, is because I don't want to just, dance to other people's songs, I want my songs to be danceable, and if that makes sense. And, I just got to get those. I feel very cringe dancing to my songs, so that's the, the parts that, I gotta, really reach a level of comfortability where, I'm dancing to my songs, and I know with time is gonna really just kind of level out. So, yeah, it's just, I'm excited. There's more to come, but, we gotta be just spot on, and just see the future. So, another little, recap, but, I think this with me is just really just transparent of who I am, and what I'm doing. I don't like not being authentic, so my little spiel, more content coming, definitely gonna be more dancing, more reels, and I'm excited, so more to come, and I hope y'all enjoy this. Peace.